So, we're about to welcome some more fire to the stage. My homegirl, Anissa, you ready?
Yes, Nisa.
Alright.
I'm ready, I'm here. Thank you.
My baby.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anissa, and I've got some things to get off my chest. I have a problem of waiting on niggas with the same patience that I preserved for my father. To get his act together and be a paradigm for his daughter, but how am I supposed to look up to someone who constantly lets me down? I give daddy extra chances, which tirelessly advances my habit of waiting around on people incapable of meeting my expectation of being there. Because they never are. Even in a clear night sky, I'm not his only star. I will never be the apple of his eye because my core is too rotten with the memories of a man who was lost but not entirely forgotten. My heart skipped beats when Papi skipped out, and even in disappointment, I believe he loves me without a doubt. But is this love healthy? If I had to put a price on it, would I be wealthy? I'm already living in emotional poverty. My confidence in others is collecting dust like a novelty, and I'm that new kind of broken, exposed and insecure, but not entirely open to the world. I'm a happy girl, smile stretches for miles as I run marathons to make it through the day, but when the sun sleeps, I don't. The hours between 2 a.m. and 4 haunt me. Doubts taunt me with the reminder that I'm not good enough. That's why he isn't acting right. I have another. Thank you. I have another one. I don't mean to depress everybody.
Yeah, we're here.
Like I said, I got some things to get off my chest. I do all my crying in the shower because in there I cannot distinguish the water droplets from my hot tears of despair. Under the shower head I stand bawling, feeling the crawling of my emotions down my face and across my breasts, past my navel, and finally sliding off my big toe down the dark hole where all of my woes go. I literally save my issues for the waterhead where I can at least wash off the pain and know it's going down the drain, never to torture me again. At least in the shower, I have power over where my problems go. At least in the shower, I can cry and no one will ever know. My weaknesses are washed away to make room for my strength. My insecurities are swept away by salty seas that secrete from the eye sockets and watered down by a waterfall, and I can finally get to know my good friend's stability and her sister confidence. I love myself after I bathe myself. It's like I'm drowning the old me and stepping out from behind the curtain, a born-again believer in life, until life shits on me again and I'm back in the bathroom. Thank you. Oh, wait, I don't get lights in? I'm so sorry.
All right, give it up for Anissa one more time. I just wanted to say something, right? So did anybody notice that Alexis reminds you just of Jasmine Mans a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna have somebody else who's gonna spit some really hot fire. He's one of the hosts today, and his name is Madrid. So come up here.
New Year.
Slight word.
Y'all want a poem or y'all want a speech? I don't think I need the mic.
All right. That's the mic.
I think I'm that. I thought we was on the same page, but we was reading different books. See, I thought I had your heart, but all I really had was your looks, the look of a spectator. And just like a spectator, You sat back, never fully engaged, heard the words out my mouth, but you had no response. Saw the things done by my hands, but you didn't lift a finger. Knew what I was willing to do, but you wouldn't do the same. Each woman was like a spectator, and I did everything I could. I tamed my lions, put that inner savage in a cage, walked the tightrope while balancing school time and us time to keep us in balance, jumped through hoops of fire for her satisfaction, jumped on a trampoline to reach her expectations, and just when I thought I had it, I fell. But I continue to try. But every time, there's an empty seat. No matter how grand the performance, there's yet another empty seat. It's nothing new for someone to go missing. It's nothing new for a room full of people to go empty. It's nothing new for your heart to go from full to empty. It's nothing new to feel used. And nobody wants to feel that way. But it doesn't matter what you want, because life gonna give you what you need. In this life, when you love, heartbreak is 99% guaranteed. And even with those statistics, I still want to trust another, still want to put my heart into her hands, because I want to be a lover. Said I want to be a lover, no, I want to be a fool for her. Because ain't they the same thing? A lover, a fool, a clown. Ain't this shit we call love nothing but a circus? You say use the mic? Yeah. You trying to say I ain't had them vocals? You couldn't hit me back there? You know you heard every word.
A little bit, not everything.
Alright. Amber.
Yes.
We got another video?
Yeah.
Or we gonna do the raffle?
We can do the raffle in this video.
Alright. About to win something again. But this time Kwanzaa ain't gonna win. Alright.
Can some of y'all come to the front, because some of those shares do not have numbers. So
I mean, you can stay there if you don't want to win. I'll take y'all.
Pick 28.
Yeah, pick a lot.
14.
3. Okay, well, they're not here.
Okay.
It's me, pretty close to 3. Alright. 26.
Wait, you cheated. Triana, sit down. She won. There you go. Where you from?
What she win? What did she win?
She won a gift certificate for a book downstairs. Yeah, get your knowledge up.
Alright. So you play it again?
Another one?
Another one.
Another one?
Key to success.
Peter, you ready? Ultimate. Alright, we're gonna play another video.
Killing for bragging rights. You females are MC but half the light. All you do is talk about your pussy. So your walls and your rhymes are half as tight. You the baddest bitch, all the bark but half the bite. Never needed Martin to tell me that a million men weren't made to march to Maybach music, rewind. Never needed Martin to tell me that a million men weren't made to march to Maybach music. There is no secondary to revolutionary, so I put Calvary in my vocabulary. And if I'm my father's child, then my resurrection is hereditary. All y'all talk about is pussy clothes and gunplay. But God so loved the world that he sent me to spit you a Easter Sunday. Your reign is over, it's his son's day. Don't make it rain if you can't make it grow. Don't say you love your hood but can't spit a 16 about hope. Don't say you believe in God if you're the same man who gained the whole world for the price of his soul. Don't say that numbers don't lie if they made you believe that you could put a price on your soul.
There you go.
And all you have to show for yourself is a body full of tattoos and nice clothes. Answer me this. Is a fly nigga really a fly nigga if no one's around to see him when the curtains close? Or do niggas who say they get bitches really get bitches if all he fucks is hoes? Congrats. Your dick may be long, but that's the only thing about you, D. The most harmful thing in the world is an MC with a microphone whose mind is weak. Ignorant is the man that thinks he's winning but can't pronounce the credits on his own CDs or the tags on his own clothes. I get it, you should stick to polo, it's only 2 syllables. I always pictured Kanye with one of Carol's daughters, never a Kardashian, but shit. Nowadays, even Carol's daughters don't even look African. If God forgives and you don't, that makes you half the man, yet all the sin. But I guess there's no point in believing in God if you can't see him. And if he's small enough to wear around your neck, I see why you think you can be him. You mistake heaven for being rich, honesty for being a clip. Soon you won't even be able to tell the difference between your daughter and your bitch.
I know, right? It's just like a splash of like cold water.
All right, y'all. We're about to do another raffle, and this one is a gift certificate for iTunes. You gonna pick it up from me myself? 39? 39? No, 39?
39? No.
No.
Next number.
Six?
Amber, just look for 14.
No.
41? Somebody got it back there.
You got it?
Oh, there you go.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, let me lie. I have friends that do that.
All right. Welcome to the stage, my boy from Brick City. He go to UPenn. We'll get to the Ivy. Welcome to the stage, Peter. Give it up for him.
Hi guys. So, as Madrid said, my name is Peter. I am from Newark. I go to the University of Pennsylvania. Well, what I have is not necessarily a poem, like everybody else had. What I'm about to present to you guys is just a thought that I came across last night, I believe, that I found incredibly motivating. And I just hope that I'm able to share it with you guys tonight, now that I'm here. So today the concept that I want to talk about is a psychology concept, and it's called learned helplessness. And the idea behind this concept, I was taking some notes while other people were talking. Learned helplessness is the idea that some organism that has the capacity to think, so dogs, cats, guinea pigs, human beings, lose the ability to change situations because they did not have the ability to do so for too long of a period of time. Now, what's the significance of this concept? While I could explain it, I'm going to instead talk about the experiment of which this term actually came from. So, imagine this, you had two groups and they both consisted of dogs, specifically puppies, right? And the idea behind the two groups was that you put both of the groups of dogs on a platform, and the platform had two sides. So imagine something similar to that of a soccer field, but smaller. And the two halves of the soccer field were separated by a fence. Now for one group of the dogs, the fence was too tall for them to jump over. And for the second group, the fence was short enough such that they could jump over it. Now, here's the significance of the experiment. Both groups were put on a side of the field, or the platform, with an electrified floor. So that meant that as long as the dogs were on the platform, they were being electrocuted. Now mind you, this experiment was done in 1967. If somebody tried to do that in 2015 or 2016 for that matter, they would get arrested. Do not try this at home. Now, here's what happened. Or this is what the experimenters noticed. For the dogs that were able to jump over the fence, meaning that the fence that separated the two sides of the platform was short enough such that they could jump over it, they did jump over it. And guess what? The other side of the fence was not electrocuted. They felt better when they jumped over. And when one did it and wasn't getting discomforted by the floor, all the others followed. Now for the other group, where the fence was too high for them to jump over, they just took it, right? And they laid down and they didn't do anything. Now let's fast forward a bit. Now let's take those same groups of dogs and put them on platforms where the fence that separates the two sides is short enough for all the dogs to jump over, right? Now mind you, the dogs are still segregated into the initial groups that they were in. Same scenario, the side that they're put on is electrified. The floor is electrified. The dogs that initially were able to jump over did it immediately, right? The ones that previously were not able to jump over, even though they had the ability to jump over now, they didn't do it. They just laid down. They looked at the fence, saw the other side, and laid down, all of them. Mind you, this wasn't like 2 or 3 dogs, this was 20 dogs. 20 of them, right? And like I said, this experiment can't be replicated today, you would get arrested. But they all laid down. Now you might be thinking, well, that's terrible. Was there any way to, I don't know, convince the dogs that they could jump over the fence? And he tried a lot of things, food, some sort of incentive, a lever to turn off the electrification field. It literally got to the point where you literally had to move each dog physically, like pick it up by the neck over the fence at least twice for the dogs to actually get the idea of, hey, let me jump over the fence to not be discomforted anymore. Now, they, in the psychology field, they furthered this experiment with humans, but not with electricity. They did it with noise. That is legal. And something very, very similar happened. The people that were able to shut off the really, really discomforting noise did so. And when put in another situation where they could do so and like do trials and whatnot, they didn't. But for some reason, they did better than the other group that initially wasn't able to shut off the noise. Now, they did more and more experiments similar to the dog electrification, but not exactly the same, like I said. However, it came to the conclusion that there will always be something discomforting me, but apparently the people that had the ability to make it go away, right? Just the knowledge of like having the capacity to turn off whatever is bothering you allowed them to do better. Now, how is this relevant to like any of us, right? And this is the part that I feel is incredibly significant, but you needed to know that background. What scenarios in our lives were set up such that learned helplessness was unconsciously part of us, right? Now, I don't want to like, I'm not asking you guys to like answer it. It's a rhetorical question. However, like think about the concept, right? So while you don't have to agree with me on this, I don't want you to, you can just think about it. One of the major examples, at least it was pertinent to me, was school, right? There were countless days in school where I was put in a situation such that maybe by a teacher, maybe by another student, or something of the sort, where if I think back to it, I could have totally changed it. But because I was conditioned to be unable to change it, by rules, for example, I didn't, right? And it's huge because it continues to affect us in our lives, this idea of learned helplessness. So much so that we can't even think of what our futures can be because we don't know what a future is because we don't know what's possible. Right? It's actually insane. So, God bless this man. Nelson Mandela said this incredible quote, and it's incredibly simple too. That's the best part. It goes as simple as this: everything/anything is impossible until it's done. Right? We don't know what's possible because it hasn't been done yet. Right? So every idea that we have, every concept that we would like to turn into reality seems impossible because it hasn't been done yet. Right? So we don't know what's real. Like there's so much potential just sitting in this room. Like right now, just looking at me speak. There's potential in me, there's potential in you, every single one of us. Because we don't know what's real. We don't know what can be done until we do it. Right? And until we do it, the world is not going to believe us either in saying that we have all these initiatives that are impossible. Right? So, I know most of this room is high school and college students. Am I mistaken? No? Yes? No? I don't think so. We have futures ahead of us that are literally infinite because we don't know what's real. And what's gonna end up happening is that we are going to redefine what real means. And when you do, I just want you all to remember that impossible doesn't exist because it's up to you to define what that means. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Peter. All right. So the next person that's coming up is, she's like one of my favorite people, and she's also a mentor, and she's also one of the people in charge of AXO. So Ms. Gregory, come on up here.
Thank you. I have to give you the backstory. I wrote this it's actually two parts. I wrote this January 11th, 2012. I was babysitting my grandchildren in Central Jersey, and on the phone I could see somebody breaking into my house. And I knew some people to call. I called them, they caught them. And they were young bloods. And I live in Newark, and so I was really, really angry. And this is just thoughts. And it's called Ode to the Homeboys. No respect for community or self, pants slung as low as the mentality, mindlessness, lawlessness, snatching your neighbor's property. Bible said, thou shalt not steal. Didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, because there is no Christmas magic in the hood. It's only on TV. The hood is not a Hallmark card. So tenaciously committed to taking and robbing from their brothers, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, us all. Stealing, disrespecting, violating, dismissing their own humanity as they commit hateful, unloving deeds, despising themselves, ignorant of their own greatness, culture, dissolving into a pool of shit. Where is our humanity, our love of and for fellow man? God is still on the throne. Relentlessly negative, angry, preying on our own. We eat our children, or do our children eat us? Lost, stolen, betrayed, the gifts of a mighty people evaporated by drugs, violence, ignorance, self-hatred, and fear turned inside out. Then part two of that is, living in Newark is detrimental to one's physical, emotional, mental condition. Mental health crises walk the streets boldly, openly. Drug dealers openly selling their wares to the man, woman, boy, girl, killing the community, killing our greatness, stealing our spirits. No neighborhoods, just hoods left. Neighbors are being held hostage by the hoods. Neighbors behind bars. Hoods openly destroyed in daytime secret, saving nighttime for target practice. Humanity is behind bars. Love is a prisoner of the apathy, ignorance, images perpetrated depicting colored people as barbaric, backwards, further dividing colors along the lines of class. The history books decided how our stories would read, and now we subliminally fulfill the prophecy in the stories, blindly, fervently brainwashed. Living in Newark is living with bars on the windows and doors, helicopters circling, sirens blaring, being on edge so not to be a victim of a crime, walking a certain way, no smiles, talking ignorantly, no love, loud music assaulting women, boys sagging pants revealing dingy brown stained drawers, walking like a gorilla side to side to keep the low slung pants from falling to their ankles. Girls striving to be like the latest hoochie mama, batting long fake eyelashes, long fake hair, long fake fingernails, long fake toenails. Living in Newark is hating what it is, longing for what it could be. Gatekeeper politicians say they're either doing all they can or whining about what they can't do because of the mayor. Gatekeeper between the real power and the people. Preachers bowing down to politicians, currying favor for faith-based dollars, another gatekeeper. So the people live with the bars and the gatekeepers who make sure the locks are in place. Police serving as foe and ally in a community gone mad, shuttling from one gruesome crisis to another. Brainwashed into believing we are no good, offer no good, do no good, will never be no good, so we kill our babies, mug our women, and trust no one. We embroidered gang signs on our faces and bodies, shouting out toughness, affiliations, insanity. No peace in the streets, no peace in the schools, no peace in the homes, no peace in the hearts, no peace in the minds, no peace on TV, no peace in the news. We've lost our fiber, the backbone of our integrity, our dignity, our self-respect.
Imagine those things hurts.
True. Right? Some people can't take it.
Okay, just a reminder, we are still selling snacks in the back of the room. So if anybody's interested in chips and cookies or anything, just go back there. All right. Okay, so the next person we have is Lauren. Lauren, come on up here.
My poem is called Ride, and it is about how I viewed several rides on the bus. Air conditioned or heated, driver goes unnoticed. A hand that takes our ticket, machines that seize our money. People tired and overworked, sometimes loud and obnoxious. Anger erupts as stops are missed. Wheelchairs unknowingly squish toes. Small bodies cradled and coo. Music shared without permission, offering temporary relief. Nod, nod, nod away troubles. Gossip is heard by all who occupy. One desperately wishes for quiet and rest. Achy toes stretch out over tattered soles, wishing for soft slippers, not battered boots. Children scream in frustration, bright eyes smiled and pestering, parents who don't want to play. Over-perfumed people turn heads, reeking alcohol burns nostrils, ghastly garbage stench grabs little hairs, cigarette smoke clings to clothes. No eating or drinking, sneak to the back, munch on. Look out of the window, daydream about tomorrow's tomorrow, witness daylight fall asleep. Litter scatters the bus, our streets, our neighborhoods, and our minds. Knees carry burdens, shoulders endure extra weight, dusty black smoke trails behind the bus. Thank you.
Oh my God. right, we're doing the raffle again. For everybody new that walked in the room, on each of your seats, there should be a number in the back.
All right, the gift certificate is for AMC movie theaters. $24.
Who has the sign-up sheet?
I do.
All right, our next performer to the stage is Trinity.
Come on,
All
Trinity.
right.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
As spoken, I'm Trinity. Sorry mine isn't necessarily memorized. So. My poem is entitled Black, and I wrote it after a discussion about stereotypes in my mostly white history class. We are more than our skin color, or the kinky texture of our hair. But does the white man really care? Does he care that we are both talented and educated? That our bodies can flow and fly both high and low? Our bodies can be more sensual and slow. But at the same time, we can be fast and harsh. We are more than sagging pants and long weaves.
Word. Sis. Tell her again, sis. She coming for you, no joking.
We are people, humans who are just too darn beautiful to be understood.
Right.
Because we are blinded by our origins in the hood. Thought of as killers when the white man causes most of these shootings. We are more than stereotypes and lies. We are a race that stands together to protect our dead brother. We are more than just black. We are more than the money we may happen to lack. We are more than just black, more than the whiteness we lack. And the lies. We are more than the lies that they happen to believe are off track. We are more than just black. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Trinity one more time. Okay, so we're doing another raffle. So pay attention. This is another gift certificate to this bookstore, Source of Knowledge. So. Number 8? 28? Nope, next. Next. 10. No, okay. 33. Nope. It's killing me right now. Alright. 7? Nope. Nobody. 30?
Oh, me? I'm next to the right next to it. I'm next to it! My stuff is here!
Alright, maybe you want to do this one? Wait, 14?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just saying, because you wanted to be 15. No, it's not.
All right. Next up to the stage, we got Aya.
Okay. Only up here because Najima made me come up here. So I'm gonna probably do like a lovey-dovey poem because that girl, she did one kind of. Okay. So this one I wrote because I like this person, but they end up being like a fuckboy kind of. Oh, okay, I wrote this because I was dealing with this person, but you know, girl problems, they're being like a F-boy. So I wrote this. Okay, I gave you everything. That precious jewel of a precious one that gets all the fun. That precious jewel that can be sometimes cruel. I gave you everything. The morning sun when it first touches the sky and you wave at it high. I gave you everything. That thing you had on your tongue, that thing that had you calling me immensely, had you calling me the one. I gave you everything. Let me reiterate that. Gotta keep saying it so you can taste where I'm at. I gave you everything when you gave me nothing. Gave you my heart, gave you something to trust in. Mixed emotions like a mixed breed. Things get bad, feel like you're all I need. You're all in my head instead of my bed. Dirty talks, which leads to the head. Legs shaking at the same time my heart is racing. I don't know if you're staying or you're leaving with the seasons. You disappear as if I never gave you a reason to stay here with me. The type of love that will have you on your knees. Yay! Yay! Thanks for encouraging me.
All right. Give Aya another round of applause.
Okay, so we're doing our second to last raffle. All right, and this one is also an AMC gift certificate. Okay, so.
Let's hope.
Hey, 44?
Nobody.
13?
Yay.
All right.